Josh he's complex. I think like all teenagers, like most teenagers, he's quite a complicated young man. He's uncertain of himself, he's uncertain of what he should be doing, how he should be acting. He's got this whole heap of fronts and performances and behaviours and routines, I suppose, that he goes through that allow him to kind of pass as normal and somebody that's okay. But he's suffered this huge loss. He's carrying, indescribable trauma, and that marks him. It's marked him externally. His peers kind of know him as this kind of as this person that's suffered, and it marks him internally as well in ways that he doesn't really understand how to cope with, and he's very much struggling with it. As a result of the trauma, he's also cut off very much from those closest to him because they've also suffered as well. So he carries on kind of on his own, really, as best he can. So he's in a very, very vulnerable position, and when he first comes across this far right group, he knows it's wrong, he knows it's not what he should be doing, but he sees something in it that he thinks could be useful to him, that he thinks might help him. And he explores it for those reasons. But he goes too far, and he really struggles to pull himself back out of it again. And the turning point, I think, for Josh is probably when he realises that he can't do that. He can't save himself on his own. He needs support. He needs to start making those connections, rebuilding those connections with people around him. Otherwise, he will fall and keep on falling into a very, very dark place indeed. With Josh, I think I wanted to explore what that feels like to know you're doing something wrong, to know you've started yourself off on a course of events that you then feel is irreversible. You feel unable to stop yourself for various reasons, for the sake of appearances, for the sake of what you've already done, that kind of carry on wading through, that kind of that sense, and also shame as well. The shame of admitting that you're wrong is quite a powerful motivator, I think, for Josh at some points. There's something about being independent and self-contained as well, that kind of idea that you can cope with this, you can do this on your own, that really kicks in with, I think, with young adults around about Josh's age, particularly boys. We're kind of, as men, we're indoctrinated into this kind of cult of self-assurance and confidence, even taught to kind of front it out when we're not feeling particularly confident at all. And I think I wanted to show what that felt like as well, that kind of idea of having to feel like you should be independent and you should be acting in a particular way, when actually you either know it's wrong or you think you want to be acting in a completely different way.